Hello, this is Alec Kerr, the film critic for the Conway Daily Sun with
Nikki Martinez from Magic 104.
And today we're going to talk about what I think is really the first true summer movie. Because Wolverine was kind of a disappointment last week. And that's Star Trek. And this is coming 40 years after the original TV series ended and 30 years after the first Star Trek movie.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a little...
It's been around.
But that totally
it's been around for a while. It's been around for a while. But here, this is the 11th one, and we're going back to the beginning. We're seeing a whole new young cast playing all the familiar people. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty fantastic. We got Chris Pine, who I was a little bit nervous about.
Yeah, because I'd only seen him in,
teen movies.
Yeah.
And Bottle Shock, which really, I was like, okay, this is going to work.
Which, if you haven't seen that movie, definitely go check it
out. He's definitely good at kind of emulating William Shatner's cockiness, but without doing the William Shatner impression that everybody tries doing.
Which I would have totally left the theater if that happened. If I saw him do that, I would be like, I want my money back.
Right. And Zachary Quinto's from Heroes is a fantastic Spock.
Which I've never seen Heroes. I've never seen Heroes at all. And it doesn't make me want to see Heroes, it just makes me want to see him more as Spock. And honestly,
and we probably will, because this is fantastic, and there's going to be more, and we want more.
And I thought he was cute. I never thought Spock would be cute, but I thought he was cute.
And he's great here, because they've actually given him emotions to grapple with, because Spock is half Vulcan, half human, but he always kind of made a point of repressing his human side. Here you actually get to see him struggling with that, and it's very interesting, especially when he gets to play off of the original Spock, Leonard Nimoy. And who gets so much more than a cameo, which is great. I mean, it's an actual real role.
Like they said in one of the reviews that it was only a cameo, but no, he's
a
a
full role. I mean, he's very integral to the plot. It's not just like, oh look, there's the original Spock, wink,
that
wink.
That would have been boring, I think, or sad, or disappointing, or something.
But those are the two biggies there.
Yes.
But the other cast members, especially Simon Pegg, who comes in the final third of the movie as Scotty. Which was, like, the reason I wanted to see the movie when it first was announced, months ago. I was like, oh no, I have to see it.
Pegg.
And John Chow as Sulu.
See, that's what I wanted to see was John Chow, because I've only seen him really in, like, the funny, like, Harold and Kumar and stuff like that. I wanted to see kind of a serious side, and he did a great job. And he kicked butt.
Oh, he's a fencing fool. Oh! And that was what was great about all these secondary characters that always kind of just sat at their stations.
Yeah.
In the other movies, they actually get to do stuff in this movie.
Which was so nice, because you got to actually see these backstories of the characters. I mean, in certain extent, you got to see it sometimes in the show, but not to the fullest like they did with this. And honestly, I'm saying this as not ever being a big Star Trek fan.
Yeah.
I've always loved Star Wars.
We should just say, and this is probably will further our endorsement, neither of us are Trekkies or Trekkers or whatever you want to call yourselves.
No. We like Star Wars more.
Star Wars, but I have to say, now that the Star Wars prequels are out of the way, and I've been vastly disappointed, and people who know me will know that I vent about them all the time.
I'm not happy with them.
Not happy. I never would have thought that a Star Trek prequel would totally get me this jazzed. I'm like so stoked about it. I'm like, I can't wait for the next one.
I know, and the thing is, I tried Trekkies. I tried so hard to enjoy the Star Trek movies. I watched like 6 or 7 of them. I couldn't do it. I tried, and I didn't like them. And this was the total opposite of what happened with the Star Wars movies. I love the 3 original ones. I don't really like the new ones, but this was it was vice versa. I didn't like the Star Trek movies, and now I do want more. I want more.
And I think that the key to the success of this new Star Trek is that the Star Trek movies, if you weren't initiated into the club, basically.
Yeah, the club. It's true.
It didn't really grab you because, you had the characters, but the films were kind of very slow paced. They didn't have the budget for these really dynamic special effects.
No.
And here they've cranked up the pace, they've got the budget, and I actually read an interview with J.J. Abrams where he said he wanted to take the strong characters and the strong scripts of Star Trek and amp it up and give it kind of the gloss of a Star Wars adventure.
And the thing is, he didn't even do what the new Star Wars movies did, was make it feel fake. It didn't feel fake.
No.
It felt real. Yeah. Like, even though there was, like, the fantasy stuff.
It seemed very grounded in reality, where the new Star Wars movies were just so digitized and so glossy and
like
shiny.
even the clouds felt fake.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a cloud, and you're like digital.
Right. I mean, the entire Star Wars movies were green screen, blue screen. The entire things. And so everything looked fake.
It was so sad.
And here, there is a sense of them walking in real spaces and being in real spaces. And yes, it is obviously a fake spaceship, but it just seems more based in reality.
Exactly. So the plot worked. It had so much emotion to it, different ranges of emotion. I laughed. I felt bad at one point. I was action-packed. I was even surprised and shocked.
And the key thing to say here is this movie is actually very funny.
Yes.
Laugh out loud funny, not just like chuckle, like laugh out loud funny.
And it was intentional funny, not unintentional.
I mean, and there's some like great little laughs. Like there's a moment where Spock just subtly raises his eyebrow.
And you're just like...
And that got like a huge laugh.
I know.
Oh, there's a great moment where Spock... You know, his famous line, "Live long and prosper." He totally turns it around to like make it like giving a finger to like the Vulcan Council, and it's just like, oh,
yeah,
woo!
It was good. It was good.
It was good.
Oh,
and that was the thing is like they have to throw in all these famous lines. You know, "Beam me up, Scotty." You know, I'm giving it all you
got,
Captain. Damn it, I'm a doctor, not a physicist.
A physicist.
So all these lines that they had to throw them in, but they're not done in a cheesy way.
No.
They're actually very well executed, and that's kind of like the whole thing here. Is like the execution of this is like really spot on.
Exactly. So I would recommend everyone go check it out.
Yeah.
Go check it out.
This is what a summer movie should be. It's
really
fast, it's funny, it's just entertaining. It's just plain fun.
It's great. It's great. And I don't think there's anything more to say.
There's nothing else to say except that
go check it out.
Go check it out because literally I wanted to cheer when the movie was over.
Me too, and then I wanted more.
I'm like, when's the next one?
I know. Right now.
Yeah. So anyway, we love it, clearly.
Yes.
So this is Alec, and this is Nikki, and keep watching.